Hey everyone, Chuck here, and welcome to our channel. I'm out on the deck this morning enjoying a little cool weather. Well, here we are, the start of a brand new year, 2025. Can you believe it? Just in a few months, I will have made 63 trips around the sun. My, has time passed quickly. It seems just like yesterday I was sitting right here, welcoming 2024 in, and here we are again, a brand new year. This time around, though, things look a little different, don't they? Now, we're thankful Donald Trump won the election, and Lord willing, he will soon be sworn in as the 47th President of these United States. Now, whatever your opinions on politics might be, I think most of us can agree that we needed a shift in leadership. But let me tell you something. As much as we might want to celebrate or breathe a sigh of relief, we've got to remember that one man in office ain't going to fix everything. Nope. This country doesn't just change because of one leader. It changes because of you. It changes because of me. It changes when men, the kind of men God called us to be, rise up, step up, and take responsibility. Now, that's where the real work begins. And folks, if we're honest, the real work is in the day-to-day, right there in your own home. Now, I'm talking to you men out there especially. You see, we live in a time when the world's going a little sideways. Ain't no sense in sugarcoating it. Our families are broken, our communities are adrift, and the foundations of this country, the things that made us strong, our faith, our family, and hard work, well, they're starting to crumble. And the reason? It's because too many of us men have taken a back seat. We've gotten distracted. We've let the noise of the world tell us what's important instead of listening to what God says is important. But here's the good news. It ain't too late. You can decide right now, today, that you're going to be the man God made you to be. It don't take a whole bunch of fancy words or grand gestures. It starts with humility. It starts with getting down on your knees and asking God for wisdom. And that's something that we can all do every single day. Listen, we're going to need God's wisdom in this next season more than ever. You think raising a family is easy in today's world? You think leading your wife and kids, being a role model, being a protector and a provider is something that you can just do in your own strength? I've been around long enough to know better. God's got a design for how we ought to live. He's got a plan for how we lead our homes, how we love our wives, and how we raise our children. And let me tell you, it ain't always easy. That's why we got to ask Him every day for direction. You want to know how to be a man in this crazy world? Open up that dusty Bible you may have tucked away on your bookshelf. Start reading it again and start praying for some discernment. That's where you'll find the answers. It's not in the news. It's definitely not on social media. And not in what the world says masculinity should look like. You see, the world's done a real fine job of confusing what it means to be a man. But God ain't confused. He never has been. The blueprint's right there in front of us. It's about honor, responsibility, and leadership. It's about serving others, starting with our own families. It's about being strong when you need to be, but also being tender-hearted enough to listen, to love, and to admit when you're wrong. I reckon some of us have forgotten what it means to be humble. We think we've got all the answers, but let me tell you, some of the wisest men I've ever known were the ones who were humble enough to admit that they did not have all the answers. but they knew who did, and that's God. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm grateful for leaders like Donald Trump who want to take this country in the right direction. Now, Mr. Trump can direct policies that can improve the economy, secure the borders, and help make our cities safe again. But here's the truth. He can't fix what's broken in our homes. That's on us. That's on you, and that's on me. So let me ask you this. Are you leading your family? Are you loving your wife the way Christ loved the church? Are you raising your kids to know what's right and what's wrong? Because if you're not, well, it's time to start. There's a whole generation of young men coming up who need role models. They need to see what a real man looks like. And that starts with you. It starts with me. They need to see men who aren't afraid to stand up for what's right, who aren't afraid to be different from the world. But they also need to see men who are humble enough to get on their knees and pray, who are strong enough to admit when they need help, and who are faithful enough to trust that God's got the answers when we don't. So here's my challenge to you as we step into this new year, 2025. Don't just sit back and wait for things to change. Be the change. Lead your family with courage and conviction. Love your wife with patience and kindness. Raise your kids to know and fear the Lord. And above all, ask God every day, every single day, for wisdom. Now, if you do that, I promise you, you'll see a difference in your home. You'll see a difference in your community, and maybe, just maybe, Lord willing, we'll see a difference in this country. 2025, it's a brand new year, but the calling hasn't changed. Be the man God called you to be. God bless you. God bless this great country we're living in. And until next time,